Warning, the following podcast has extremely high levels of Kenny Bolin. Studies have shown that excessive exposure to Kenny Bolin may have damaging effects to your physical and mental well-being. Viewer discretion is advised. No, seriously, we mean it. There will be naughty words, lots of them, probably. Now you've been warned. This warning sponsored by the Story Time with Dutch Mantel.
And yes, sponsored by Storytime with Dutch Mantel. And I have an announcement to make about that show a little bit later tonight. And we're not going to be here long. Our theme took up a few minutes. And we will be here right till about 9 o'clock. It looks like I'll be going solo tonight because Bob didn't know we were doing a show tonight. And he had other stuff scheduled. And well, you know, the other guy. He kind of shows up whenever the hell he feels like it. One thing I want to cover right off the top, how you doing, Armando? If you don't have a badge, we'd really appreciate it if you'd get one, Robert Decker. We at least like to have badge support on the show if we can do that. My glasses are a little smudgy. I got to clean my glasses during the show. I think I do. Yeah, they're a little smudgy. Just a little bit. John Paul's in the house. How you doing? Yeah, everybody's got a badge except for Bone Collector. What am I going to do with you? Maybe Bone Collector will make a donation tonight to help us with some families a little later. Because Bone Collector don't have a badge either. Neither does Robert Decker. Yeah, you have to have a badge or make a donation for me to post or reference your comments. So you can chatter all you want, but you either got to have a badge or a donation. Kevin Mars in the house. So yeah, we only got 2 of you, but Bone Collector donates to the show quite a bit. Now, if you make a donation, I'm here by myself tonight, so I really struggle with these, and I will need to look at my phone to see when people donate, and so far nobody has. So let's see here. Let's see. By the way, I left the show wide open tonight because this is such an important night about the debates and everything. And what's the maximum donation? Well, the maximum is whatever you want to donate. The minimum, we like to get at least a $5 donation. And what we're doing is trying to help Filipino families that need rice, rental assistance, electric assistance, all the various reasons. I'm pretty sure most of you have seen the show before and know how it works. That's the wrong screen. That's the right screen. So there's all the ways to donate. And Pasta Tart has done a $1.99 donation. But Pasta Tart donates all the time. So I'm not talking to our regular donor. I think I got to turn my mic up a little bit. It sounded a little bit low. And but yeah, anytime they say what's the maximum donation, that's normally the signs of a troll. But we'll see if they prove me wrong or not. We'll see if they prove me wrong. And let's see here. Well, I guarantee you Fidelity Investments are not the ones that donated. But yeah, you see all the ways to donate there on the screen through Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. A couple of ways to donate through PayPal. And badges are 3 different prices. We've got the $2.99 jobber level, we've got the $6.99 mid-card level, and we have the $20 one that one of the new fans got the other day. That he I think he felt bad because he'd been here like 3 shows in a row, and he had not donated. He made a lot of comments, but he made up for it. He got one of the nice memberships and said he'd be making a donation in the near future. So but yeah, we do got a few people needing help today. I'm trying to avoid doing too much. Oh, well, there's a nice donation. We have a challenge already from one of our regular donors. We'd love to see some new people donating tonight to help us out. My good friend, Michigan Mike up in Michigan, has kicked us off with a $40 challenge tonight and says he challenges anybody else to match his donation. And he's hoping there might be 2 or 3 of you out there that can do that. Just so you know how important a $40 donation is, that will pretty much feed a family of 4 for up to 3 to 4 weeks. $60 definitely covers a family of 4 for 4 weeks with 110 pounds of rice. I won't break it down to kilograms because who in this country knows how many kilograms it is. But once we raise $60, so like if 4 of you do 15, or if 3 of you do 20, or if 2 of you do 30, or 1 of you does 60, like my good friend Chris up in, I think he's up in Delaware. He had made a nice donation. Love you and the Family King. Hopefully, everyone. I know, man. I know tonight ought to be an interesting night. And also, I'm going to surprise everybody because if y'all know, I've had a bit of a running feud with a few people over on another podcast, and I want to cover this right off the top because we got all kinds of times to get our opinion in about the debate tonight and who you might be for or whatever. And everybody's welcome, man. I mean, if you're for, I might tell you why I think you shouldn't be for him. But as long as everybody treats everybody with respect in here and there's no name calling and all that shit going on, you're welcome to voice your opinion, especially if you have a badge and especially if you make some type of a donation to help us help our families. That's why I'm here. I've been doing this for 14 years. I've got a long history. I just got off the phone with Fidelity Bank and they was wondering what all this money was you send to the Philippines. And I explained to them, I said, well, I've been doing it for 14 years and I use your bank account to send a lot of these people their money because it gives Fidelity their names and of who actually gets the money. And they weren't questioning it or anything. They weren't trying to challenge me on it like some institutions have done. But they were just noticing because I was bitching about AT&T double charging me on some of my damn phone bills, which I had not noticed. I'm not for Trump. Well, I gathered that, Billy. And but thanks to Michigan Mike for the $40 challenge. Pasta Tart with her $1.99 donation. We appreciate that. And we'll see if Robert Decker gets what's the maximum? Well, you see all the ways to donate. Robert, whatever you're comfortable with, whatever doesn't put you in the poorhouse, whatever you can comfortably donate to help our families is greatly appreciated. So it sounds like you have good intentions. Let's see if you go through with it. Somebody up there says no do. I don't know what they mean. Kevin Mars in the house tonight. But no, the thing I want to cover right off the top, I reached out to 2 people that you all think I hate with a passion. And there's probably been times that I have due to the trolling that has gone on the show. That's one reason I left the show wide open tonight to give everybody a chance to be on their best behavior. No membership minimums. No, you don't have to have a membership to be in here, but we do hope that you support the show and support our cause and support me doing the show. That's why we do it. That's why we do 3 live shows per week, or at least 2. We try to. I don't know, Iceman. You might have to help explain it to me. I think once you announced after losing your gig, the show is now, well, yeah, but that's where the memberships come in. And I've always told you all that from the beginning. If I try to use membership money to support me and rental assistance and all that, losing my gig did not help. But as you can see, it still has not stopped us from helping families. And that's why I make sure that people like John Paul and Jazzy Jana and Michigan Mike and various others, Tea Maker, the various others that are always making Pasta Tart, those that are always making nice big donations. I want them to see where their money's going. So I show them who's getting it, where it's going, what it's for, what it covered, the results of that donation for the things they got. And so I'm going to get in. I'm not trying to sound like Trump here and weaving 9 stories and brilliantly bringing them back into one. But man was saying no do in response to you saying about someone. Yeah. Oh, no do. Okay. Well, you know what to do about it. Or if, like I said, you see the ways to donate there. If you can make some type of a donation to help us with our families tonight. We got Cheska. We're trying to raise transportation money so she can go to college in Manila. She's got a weird situation going on with her immediate family, but she's got family in Manila that is willing to take her in, help her get into college, help her get the things she needs, and she will be in a much better situation if we can get her there. It's about 2,000 pesos, about $40. Just to get her from where she's at now to get her into Manila. And I'm sure she's going to need a few school supplies and things. But first thing, we need to get her there. And she was really stressing out early this morning. She was up at 2 a.m. her time, stressing out about what do I do? I've got to continue with my college and everything. Got another young lady named Jasmine. Jasmine's kind of new to us. I'm very proud of her. She is 21 years old. She'll be 22 December the 16th. I got her birthday yesterday. I video chatted with her and her family to find out what their needs are and what they need to get done. She needs a little transportation money to get back to school and a few school supplies. I think we're looking at a grand total of about $30. And that gets her from one island to the other on the boat and some school supplies she needs. And it's a grand total of $30. I'm going to work on something much bigger for her for Christmas. She's about to become a school teacher in June when she graduates. She's a senior in college. We're very proud of her. And I told her that we would use the show to do the best we could to help her with her request. And it's going to involve a laptop that will help her with the remaining time on her senior year in college. And it will also help her as a school teacher. And anybody that's trying to help themselves, we're all about trying to help here. And she's a sweet kid. I talked with her and her mom and her dad yesterday, her little brother, because she's off for a week to visit with family that's a few hundred miles away. She has to go by boat to get there. And to think that you can travel a boat and get back to her college and everything for around $30 is not too bad. So we're trying to help her. And like I said, we'll see if those young men that earlier stated that what's the maximum donation, we'll see if we get one. Now, that'd be awful sweet if they did. We really appreciate it. But maximum is anything you want. Minimum, Nicole has donated another $5. Thank you. So we got $45 in the house. We have the $40 challenge issued by Michigan Mike. And Mike does that just about every week or two. He's always making a $25 donation, $40 donation, sometimes even more than that. So we really appreciate that out of him. John Paul makes a nice donation every couple of weeks. Jazzy Jana, about every week or two, makes a nice donation. T-Maker donated $60 the other day so that we did a extra long show for everybody that enjoys watching and viewing the shows. And because we normally have a 30-minute time limit, and if we surpass $60, we start staying longer. And T-Maker just took care of that right off the start and said, here's a $60 challenge, and now you're stuck here for an hour, which is fine. We're happy to do that. So like I said, he sees the ways to donate, and we don't have anything yet, but no, there's no maximum. Maximum's whatever you want to do. Whatever you're comfortable to do. We don't ask anybody to put themselves in the poorhouse. So back to now that we got a good amount of you in here. Yesterday, I got some horrible news. I know more. This time it didn't involve me. I got a message from Chris Schmidt letting me know that Michael Lurie, who y'all know as Pesci, those of you that watch his show and have seen him over here on this show back in the old days, Pesci's dog, Pablo, which was, I think, a Doberman Pinscher, suddenly had died. And I didn't know how old Pablo was, but I knew that Michael, and we'll just call him Michael for tonight, or Pesci, whatever y'all want to call him. I knew Michael loved his dog as much as I love mine. As y'all know, I have Choco Tucal, whose birthday, by the way, September 17th or 16th. We not made up our mind which day we're going to celebrate it. And Scooby. And I knew he loved his dog as much as I love mine. And I would like to think that nobody out there is evil enough to troll somebody or talk shit on somebody when their dog dies, because their dogs are family. Trust me. I think the reason I have whatever level of sanity I have is over my 3 dogs, because I don't go out a whole hell of a lot. And the communication I get with you all when I do these shows helps. Because it is an interaction, and believe it or not, sometimes I might not act like it, but I really enjoy doing the shows and helping our Filipino families and finding people like you guys to help me do that. One thing I've asked you guys to do is find 1 or 2 people like you that would enjoy this show, enjoy talking sports and movies and music and wrestling and politics or whatever it is we happen to talk, religion, whatever it is we happen to talk about. And that's where about everybody has failed me. I don't know anybody that's brought anybody additional to the show, because ghostwriters always writing me in my inbox talking about how we can boost the show. Kenny, I think your show is very good. You've got great guests. You're a funny guy, this, that, and the other. and you should have more viewers. Well, when I started talking negatively about Trump and negatively about anti-vaxxers, they really screwed with my numbers. I know you're ghostwriter. I know. And when you got 5,000 followers or subscribers nearly on YouTube, 12,000 followers on Facebook, 12,000 followers on Twitter, that's 24, 27. Yeah, some of those are the same, but not so much. There's a lot of people that are on Facebook that won't touch Twitter. A lot of people on Twitter won't touch Facebook. And but I'm sure some of those interact, but there's easily 20,000 followers there. And we're lucky to get a few hundred people. I mean, when 5,000 people subscribe to your show, and everybody's got the same story. I never got a notification. I didn't know you were on. I didn't know what you were doing. Well, we're on every Tuesday night, every Thursday night for the most part, and every Saturday night for the most part at roughly 9 o'clock, give or take. We're on early tonight due to the debate. I will be out of here at 9 o'clock sharp because I want to see every word of what's about to go down. And Mylene is one of the families that we help. She's in here today. And so Mylene's watching on Facebook. Like I said, I kept the show wide open tonight for Facebook because I want, if you have something to say, come on in and say it, just as long as you're respectful, not hateful to others or members of this show, be it me, Bob, or Coltrane, or people in the chat room. I don't tolerate that shit here. And if that shit goes on, you go away, regardless what you donate. And you can ask any previous trolls before. There's been a lot of trolls here that have donated a lot of money that went away due to behavior like that. We don't put up with that shit here. But yeah, but back to Pesci, Michael, his Doberman Pablo, I was told suddenly passed away. I said, and I didn't have a way to reach him. I'd blocked him on everything, and I'm sure he's got me blocked on a few things. And so I was trying to reach out to him, and I didn't have a way to reach him. So I actually unblocked Barkley. Barkley and I have had our differences. But I reached out to Barkley. He was watching the San Francisco 49er game, and I said, do you have a way to get a hold of Pesci? But he wasn't seeing it because he was watching the ball game. And then Chris Schmidt apparently reached out to Pesci, and he gave me his number. And around 10 o'clock last night, I called him, and it was a very civil conversation. He was very appreciative that I called him and I was crying when I called him because I know how much the dog meant. And I know how much mine mean to me. And I never wish that on my worst enemy. If Donald Trump owned a dog and his dog died, he never has and he never will. But if Donald Trump owned a dog and his dog died, I would actually feel fucking bad for him. That is how much I love dogs. And yep, Leo, that's who we're talking about. And so I reached out to him. I guess we had a 15-minute conversation, give or take. And it was very civil on both sides. I told him, let's figure out. Well, I doubt that. I'm pretty sure you got $3. But it's a great story. If you don't have $3, you probably shouldn't be here. You should be finding out a way to get $3. Because that's the story I get from a lot of people that I found out ordered a $40 Uber meal. I'd like to have $40 Uber meals too. I got a lot of restaurants I'd like to go to until I add it up and figure out how many families I can help with that money. So if you don't have $3, you need to make some adjustments I'm giving you financial advice now. You need to make some adjustments in your life. Probably not be spending time watching me and figuring out a way to make some money. I don't have a job right now either, but I do make money various different ways because I have some telephone skills. And so if I need to make money, I have a way to do it. And I know what I need to make each month to make ends meet. And that's what I do. It'd be nice to have the regular job. You're laughing because I'm right. And some people are would much rather help themselves. I sacrifice a shitload to make sure that we help people. And one of the guys in here made $100 donation the other day, and I was giving him some shit because he said, well, I've been on vacation the last couple of weeks down in Florida. I said, yeah, I'd like to go on vacation in Florida. When I add up how much money that would cost, I said, I think I could feed probably 50 to 100 families for what that would cost me. So I elect to feed the families, but I'm glad you had a good time in Florida. And that's just how I look at things. I'm not like everybody else, and I just kind of see things differently. And well, God, you got that big nice TV hanging on your wall. That nice TV hanging on the wall cost $23. You got that big nice clock. That clock cost $11. The TV cost $23 because my old one went bad. My Sony was a piece of shit. It went bad. I had it insured through Sony, and when it went bad, they cut me a check, I think, for $1,700. And I went to Costco and got a TV 7 inches bigger that was an OLED instead of a QLED. The OLEDs are much better. And so I added $23 to that insurance check, and I now have a great TV. And that TV has a 2-year insurance policy on it. And if anything happens to that TV, that one will get replaced as well. So yeah, I got a couple of nice things, and I got a car out there that I paid $3,200 for, and then put $4,000 into it to basically give me a Volvo with 72,000 miles on it that runs like a brand new car. Now I'm considering selling it because I got a family member that definitely that desperately needs some very expensive prescriptions that run about $1,000 a month, and insurance doesn't cover it. And it's through Pfizer. He can go to a foreign country and get these prescriptions for like $100 a month. But in this country, because Pfizer can get by with it, thanks to our congressmen and senators being in bed with the big pharma, and that's exactly what they told us. Well, your government lets us charge whatever we want here. We can't get by with that in Istanbul or Dublin or Manila or Taiwan and countries in Africa. Can't get by with it there. Their government won't let us do that. And that's exactly what they told us. We charge $1,000 here because we can get by. It's actually it's over $1,000. And I've reached out to Mark Cuban's group. Mark doesn't have this particular medication that we can get, or at least not yet. So I'm strongly considering selling my car if I can get what I've got in it. Maybe reaching out to my rich friends that might want to buy it and donate it to charity, so I can cover those prescriptions for the next 7 or 8 months. And I don't drive that much. It's nice to have. It's nice to have the option. But for $7,600, I can take an Uber when I need to go somewhere, or call a friend and pay them gas money, and then have a good chunk of change left over to help with medications. So I'm strongly considering doing it. I haven't pulled the trigger yet, but I'm strongly thinking about it. And so we haven't seen many comments coming in here lately. Let's see if we had any donations, because we are going to end this show in 10 minutes if we don't get at least $30 more in here. Because the goal, we got 45. Okay, we got to get at least $15 to $20 more, because we only have $45 or 47, counting what she did in here. Pasta Tart did earlier. We got $47. So in order for me to stay even 10 minutes longer, we need to raise another I guess you don't have a badge, so I can't talk about it. And you haven't donated, and I can't talk about it. The guy that was asking how much for the maximum donation, and I said that's probably the signs of a troll. We haven't heard a word from him. We haven't gotten a penny in donation. So I know the setup when I see it. So we've got about 8 minutes left on the show here, unless we can raise a little bit more money. And but I told everybody I'd come on for at least 30 minutes. And I certainly appreciate Michigan Mike's challenge, but not one other person has offered a penny other than Pasta Tart. So we've got 2 donations. Pasta Tart donated 7. She doesn't even have a job. And Michigan Mike is always making nice donations. And he and I line up on opposite ends of the political party. Oh, by the way, my good friend Anthony Scaramucci, let me see if I can slide over here and grab a copy of his book. He is going to be at the debate tonight by invitation of Kamala Harris. And so there we go. There's that's not Kamala. That is Anthony Scaramucci. I wrote him today. He is going to be at the debate tonight. Well, trust me, that's something that shitbag does not want. And this is the personal autographed one that he made for me. I'm the only one he personalized one for, so I feel honored that he did that for me. And then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 6 books left, and he asked me to sell them for $60 each, autographed. And I'm the only one you can get them through. He's not going to do it for you because he probably wouldn't even answer you, but he does for me. And I've got I sound like I'm name dropping, don't I? Well, I and I'm very proud to have my association with him. He used to work for Donald Trump. He says because of me is the reason he left. And he is going to be part of her guest list tonight at the debate, along with 2 or 3 others. Bullshit. You're not leaving. I haven't gotten my 40. Well, the deal is we got to raise 60. So you got to blame these other assholes. And you're here. So I'll give you your $40 worth. Fuck, you can call me. We're not going to reward everybody else who ain't done shit. So you can call me. And you got 6 minutes to get your shit in because it ain't looking like anyone else is going to donate. And I left the show wide open tonight to see if there's any decent people out there that align with us that like to help these people. And yeah, you got your $40 worth because you know somebody's going to get good help with that. Maybe the kid that needs to go back to college, maybe somebody needing a sack of rice, whatever the case, you know you're getting your money's worth because you like helping these guys. You used to help them on your own. You used to send some of these people money, and then you realize that kind of sucks when they're all writing you wanting money. I remember you used to help Ice Cream Jennifer out. But no, you can call my landline and talk to me anytime you want. You know that. And hey, Kevin donated. It finally went through. Okay, Kevin donated $5, so we're still about $10 short. So thank you, Kevin. So Kevin donated $5. Nicole donated $5. Michigan Mike donated $40. So there's $52. And as Bob has said, if you making Michigan laugh there. Bob has said that if we get over 60 for every $10 beyond 60, we stay an extra 10 minutes. But we haven't got there yet. 50 should get us to 45. I don't know what you're telling me, Pasta Tart. Let's see here. Queen Jasmine is checking in on us. She's probably just now waking up. Jasmine's very sweet. That's the family I chatted with yesterday, Mary Lou. And let's see. I'm doing my show right now, Jasmine, and we're actually talking about me chatting with you and your family yesterday. Period. I will be with you as soon as my show's over to check in with you and your family. Yeah, Jasmine's a sweetheart. Very proud of her. Smart girl. Let's see. One of my friends says that her son is in Malaysia right now. And let me check. No other donations have gone through yet. My phone keeps ringing, but I think it's people writing me on Messenger. So we got 3 minutes. Well, I'll give you 8 minutes because 5 minutes of it was the theme song. So if you make a donation, let me know here so I can check for it. But the rules are the rules, and Bob Hazelwood made those rules, and I try to throw as much heat on Bob as I can. So $50 should get us. I can't really read that damn thing. But yeah, $50 should get. All right, I'll give you $8.45. See what a decent guy I am. I'll give you $8.45 just because it's you, Pasta Tart. I'll give you the $8.45. I'm out of here at 9 anyway. Maybe that's why y'all ain't donating. I don't know. But only 2 of you've donated. Well, 3 counting Kevin. And let's see here. It would be nice if we could make at least another 10 or 15 bucks. Because right now we don't even have enough to help the 2 college kids in total. So, Michigan, I think you're the only big donor of the night. We tried. And the guy that wanted to know what the maximum donation was, that is always a tip-off that is a troll. Because why would you ask such a question? Like, we're going to turn down, oh, you want to send $250? No, we do not allow that. Some trolls are not very good or very smart. That's all I can tell you. And as you notice, they never got a badge. So I don't know. And we know John Paul's good. John donates every couple of weeks. We really appreciate John, Jazzy Jana, the tea maker, all those that make regular donations. We greatly appreciate them. So I'm here for 11 more minutes. Mike, do you have any questions you want to cover with me here? And if we don't cover it here, and you're right, your $40 and your constant donations and your memberships go a long way with me. And you've got my landline number. Not many people have that. Most people that even do the memberships, I make them call me through Facebook Messenger. And you don't have to do that. You've got my number. And I don't give that number to too many people. Yeah, so just to let you know, I did reach out to Pesci and Barkley. And they have both said, let's let bygones be bygones and let's move forward. Oh, okay. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, John Paul. And that's greatly appreciated. And so I'm going to let Jasmine know that we're going to get her covered to go back to her college, which is it's an all-day boat ride away, but rather inexpensive for how far she's got to go. And I'm so glad she got to go meet her family. I got to meet her family, and she's related to Honey Rose, I believe, and a few other people with her last name that we've helped. So that's why I put her on the list because they're a good family, and 3 of the kids are in college trying to improve their life, but it's tough. I mean, it's really tough. I mean, you think it's tough to go to college in America? We'll try it in a place to where you have no money, and they keep finding ways for you to pay money to go to school. Even the elementary schools. I sent Bob a notification today where one kid needs a certain amount of money. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. One kid needed 3,000 pesos to complete her xylophone lessons in school, or they're not going to let her graduate. I said, well, at least that's unique. Never heard of that one before. She said it was going to be 7,000 if she didn't own her own xylophone. How many of you out there have your own xylophone? I'm guessing none of you. No, I ain't go. I'd like to have one, but I don't. What else we got? So Kevin says he's going to do a little more tomorrow. John Paul, some tomorrow. And so we appreciate that. And I was hoping that we'd get that other $15 in here tonight, but nope. Nothing. Not even the new people. Oh, well. See, we tried. That's why we open the show up to everybody, because, oh, man, if you just make it. I'd donate if you would. Yeah. Well, that didn't work, did it? So I'll go through and I'll find the people that were trolling. How much is your maximum donation? And they won't be coming in on that account no more. Unless they happen to do something in the next 9 minutes. And we all know they're not. And you all saw the statement. How much is your maximum donation? Troll every fucking time. Every fucking time. Shout out to our sponsors, Bear Nose, Main Event, Carrabba's, Popeyes, McDonald's in Two Rivers, and of course the Fish House in the upper right-hand corner. Shout out to them. The opinions made on this show, as you saw in the warning label earlier, are not always necessarily those of our sponsors. Those are my opinions and the opinions of the guest or the co-host of the show. Doesn't have anything to do with the sponsors. They may or may not agree with us, and we appreciate them being sponsors on the show and people having differences of opinions, and they might differ with me. I know some of the sponsors definitely disagree with me, and I know some of the sponsors on here definitely agree with me. So it's a good mix of both. And so we've got 8 minutes left on the show. We'd love to make another $15 to help these 2 kids out. And if not, we'll be back. If I'm not back here, if I do a show Thursday, it will be an hour before the Miami Dolphin game, which probably kickoffs 8 o'clock, 8:20, something like that. I think it's an Amazon Prime game. I'm not sure. Or Peacock be one of them. And or maybe NFL Network. Shit, I don't know. I need to look it up and find out. Our George Captor might even pop in on that show that night. He's going to be back watching. So he said he might be watching tonight. So George, if you're watching, say hello. And if not, then we might see you Thursday before the game. And so, yeah, we got 7 minutes left, folks. 7 minutes. Courtesy of the pasta tart, because we finished under $60, but we stayed a little extra anyway. And then that'll give me a few minutes to get me a drink. And I don't know if I'm going to have popcorn for this one. I got a shitload of popcorn here from Costco. As a matter of fact, I was going. Oh, and like I said, if anybody would like this will count as a donation. It's $60 plus $5 shipping. If anybody would like an autographed copy, I've got 6 left. You can't have mine. He sent me like 30 of these, and we're down to 6. And as a matter of fact, I got a couple of sponsors that have been very good to us, and I did give 2 of them to sponsors, but they more than rewarded us and made it worth us sliding them a copy of Anthony's book. Carrabba's got one of them. and Two Rivers got one of them. And then they treated us real good for what they did for us. And then they're going to put their books up in an auction to raise money for their charities out there at Two Rivers, which I'll be heading back out there about 2 weeks. McDonald's, I'll probably be dropping by to see them maybe this weekend. I know Wendy's wanted to talk to me, but if Wendy's come aboard, they would try to force McDonald's out. So we'll see what Wendy's have to say, but they're pretty strict about their shit. I'm not expecting them to give me what I want. And if they don't, then we'll stick with McDonald's. So, but I'll hear Wendy's out and hear what they have to say. And they said that they would hook me up with a couple of very nice free triple combos if I'd come in and at least hear them out. So we're going to do that either tomorrow or the next day. Carrabba's I'm due to go back to again very soon. Main Event I haven't been to in forever, but out of courtesy, we keep their logo up. And Bear Nose Pizza, I'm due to go back there. I'm due to go back next weekend, but I think I'm going to delay it a week. I'm a little pizzaed out right now. But if you want Bear Nose, I go to the one over by the Bowmanfield Airport. Carrabba's is over on Hurstbourne Lane. I go to the Popeyes on Bardstown Road near Costco. And the McDonald's I go to at the corner, and this is the one that I'm representing. This is the only McDonald's I personally promote. If you're in the Louisville metro area, I go to the McDonald's at the corner of Taylorsville and Bardstown Road. Taylorsville and Bardstown Road. And Two Rivers is out in Carrollton. And great people out there. A lot of Trump supporters, but we have some fun and we get along to prove that that can be done. Shout out to Pesci over losing his dog Pablo. For those of you that still communicate with him, he had to have Pablo put down. It was due to some type of a spinal disorder. And they said Pablo was about 10 years old. And he adored that dog, and I knew that. And like I said, I cried on the phone with him yesterday. And he was very appreciative and very kind. And I've agreed to do a show with Pesci in the near future where he'll come over here and do our show. And I told him I would also go over and do his as long as the trolls quit being trolls. Now, if they start that shit again, then I'll just go away. We'll control that shit over here. If I invite him over here and anybody else that was affiliated with that show that wants to watch and be in the chat, that's fine. Just behave yourself and you're welcome. We'll unblock you and you can come back and we'll all try and act like grown-ups and adults. I don't know that we're going to see that tonight on the debate stage. But then Barkley wrote me and said that was awfully, I forgot his exact wording. He said, but that was very big of you to do that, to reach out to Pesci that way. I said, well, you got to be decent to people. And especially when it involves their dogs, because I know how I would feel if it was one of my three. And to think that somebody would troll me or still show hate while I'm mourning over my passed away dog would be pretty fucking heartless. And that is not in me. So we had a good conversation. It was good to talk to him. And I think you'll be seeing Pesci over here in the near future. And I've agreed to go do his show. And as long as everybody behaves himself, I think we can put back together a pretty good working relationship. And so we'll see how that goes. I'm willing to try it, is all I'll say. And so is he. And he says he's going to try to motivate those that watch his show to behave themselves. And I'll do the same. Well, there's old Jim. Hadn't seen Jim in a while. What you been doing? Bye. You didn't even say hi. What do you mean bye? You never even said hello. So, yeah, we got 3 more minutes here. God damn. Y'all hard on those donations tonight. I'll give you that. Nope. Nada. All right. Well, we tried. So, yep, 2 more minutes. And courtesy of Pasta Tart, who said that 10 more minutes. Michigan Mike, if you need me for anything, don't you hesitate to call me. You know my number. And if you had any other questions in here. And as a matter of fact, some of my friends that live up in New York that have worked in politics up there told me they're going to be texting me tonight during the show. Jim comes in here and says bye. And I never saw one hello from you. This is one of the rare shows that I do by myself. I don't do a whole lot of them by myself. Some of you said you like it when I do that. So tonight was one of those shows, and you got one of those. And now Facebook, we're not going to be open over here because you can see not one person from Facebook donated shit. But we try to make it where the Filipinos can watch the show. And so John and Kevin, we appreciate your donations that you'll be making tomorrow, or if you see us Thursday or Friday, whenever is good for you is fine with us. And so we got 1 more minute. And then I'm going to prepare for this debate. And I can't imagine that he's going to destroy her. I just can't imagine that. But then again, I didn't think he would destroy Biden either. But the Biden that showed up at the State of the Union is not the Biden that showed up at the debate. That was for damn sure. If anybody would like to donate after the show, that'd be mighty nice of you. Because we did come up $15 short. So if there's anybody out there that would like to help us out and kick an extra $15-20 over this way to help these college kids out, that would be great. We still got a few more families that are also needing help. Well, Stephen, you didn't enjoy it that much because you didn't make a donation. But glad you watched it. I appreciate it. At least you got a badge. That's more than I can say for some of them. Jim ain't even got a badge. God dang it, Jim. Do you think the debate between Vance and Walls will happen? One thing I will say about J.D. Vance is that he is at least book smart. He does have some book smart. He went to Harvard. He should have. Walls, I think, is much more relatable to people, whether you think he's phony or I don't know, but the polls show, and the people that I talk to, and as you know, I talk to people on both sides of the aisle quite often. I have a lot of Republican friends, shockingly, that somehow put up with me. Oh, by the way, I am slated to do Dutch Mantel's show on Thursday. When those shows drop, I don't know, but I am scheduled to do it. But you know how that goes over there. So I've been scheduled before and then it didn't happen. So I'm scheduled to do one Thursday. And if it happens, I'm looking forward to doing it. Dutch and I always have a great time. And if it doesn't happen, well, it won't be my fault. I've agreed to do it and I will be there if I am needed. And we'll go from there. So, check your messages on Thursday or Friday, whatever day they drop the show. And you might be seeing me and Dutch over there for a little while. And if you do, I guarantee you will be entertained. I have no doubt about that. I'd love to do Kevin Nash's show. His co-host follows me. And I've let them know that I have an interest to do their show, but I haven't heard back from them yet. Maybe they don't think I'm famous enough. I don't know. But I guarantee you, me and Kevin Nash would have one hell of a show. Politically, we line up very well. Me and Batista line up very well, but Batista's way too big of a star. He'd never do my show now. He's probably not even allowed to do it unless he does some big, a much bigger podcast where they can make money off from it or feel that it's a promotional value. Let's see. Nothing good can come out of Vance. He's a goof. Vance is a goof. I'll grant you that. And then adding the anti-vaxxing, bear-eating psycho to the team. And they don't want to be called weird, Mike. They don't want to be called weird. J.D. Vance is about as weird as you can fucking get. He's had 3 names and 3 religions in his lifetime, and he's not even 40 yet. He's got a problem with cats. He's got a problem with women, which is obvious every time he opens his mouth. And that's not a good way to get the female votes if that's what you're working on. Now, there are some women that are loyal to Trump. I haven't figured this one out yet. If you're a woman that likes to have your women's rights and your birthing rights, I don't know why you would support that party. I have no idea. But some of them don't give a shit. Good show, Kenny. I do a donation. Well, we know you're good for it, man. I appreciate you. Of course, Iceman could have donated, but the Ghost Driver, no, nothing. Not even the $15 we need. Man, what am I going to do with you? But like I said, every one of you can make the show bigger and better. Bring 1 or 2 friends that like what we do here, that enjoy the show, that enjoy what we talk about. We talk about everything. We're bound to cover something they like. Movies, television, music, religion, wrestling, politics. We cover everything, not all the podcast. And we're live and interactive. Not everybody does that. And those that are live or interactive normally just sitting there with a wish list trying to get you to buy them shit off Amazon and don't really pay too much attention to your questions. I've already done Stone Cold Show. I've done it twice. If you did Stone Cold Show, well, yeah, I agree. Well, that don't mean anything to Kevin Nash. He probably could give less than 2 shits if I've done Stone Cold Show or not. And Anthony Scaramucci doing mine. And, a lot of big names have come over here. We're going to have Mr. Kennedy back on again soon. He's been dealing with some shit of his own. I've had my shit to deal with the last 45 days, but me and Mr. Kennedy are going to get together real soon and do another show very, very quickly. And but yeah, I'm 10 minutes away here before this thing starts. Tell Dutch that I will certainly send the love. I'll certainly do that. And but as it's slated right now, I'm supposed to do his show Thursday. So if I'm needed, I will be there, and if not, then I won't. But they have asked me if I could be ready, so I'm ready, and I'll be there if I'm needed. Other than that, guys, I think we've done all the damage we can do here. I'm a little disappointed that many of you came in here and didn't donate anything. That never donate, and of course we had the big challenge. Not the big Mike made the big challenge that no one honored, and then we had the guy. What's the maximum donation? Maybe he meant minimum, and maybe he thought $5 was too much. But you notice he never said another word. So other than that, as a matter of fact, I'm going to go find his account because don't come in here and tease these people and act like you're going to make a big donation and then don't do dick. Bone Collector. We just heard from Bone Collector once. We didn't hear from him anymore. Bone Collector is normally always good for a donation, but maybe Bone Collector's busy. Where is that person at? We had one guy wanted to let us know what he thought about Trump, but never got him a badge. All right. Yeah, Stephen Fowler got in there early tonight. I did not see his original. And everyone else. Okay, Armando said hello to us. I'm looking for that guy. Well, I think he tried to say, what's the minimum? Oh, he never said maximum. I misread it. Well, the minimum donation was $5, and you didn't do that either. All right, I'm not going to block you because I misread your comment. I thought you were being a dick. Cheap fucks. Thank you, Mike. I think he's directed that at you, Ghost Rider. Cheap fucks. Come on, Ghost Rider. You ain't got $15. Come on. And I stayed till 8:51. I'm 9 minutes away till the goddamn debate starts. Wants me to restart my computer now. I guess it's time to do that. So if you'd like to donate after the show, yeah, the guy asked what the minute he wanted to do the least possible, and apparently $5 was over his budget. I should block him, but whatever. So I'm going to go for now. I'm not even going to sign off. I'm just going to hit restart, and that'll take care of everything. So thank you to those of you that donated, especially Michigan Mike, Pasta Tart, Kevin Marr. We got John Paul has said he'll be making a donation tomorrow, along with Kevin Marr said he would be donating a little bit more. So thanks to those of you that did help us tonight. We greatly appreciate it. I will send your all's love and information to Jasmine and Cheska, who are the ones needing help with transportation to go back to college. And I will pass that on to them. And other than that, until maybe Thursday night early, and if not Thursday, I'll be back in here Friday at 10:05. So if I don't do Thursday, I'll see you Friday at 10:05. And we did pretty good last Friday. So we might just do another Friday night show because that way people are off for the weekend and we can do that. So I'm going to restart the computer. That will take care of all this shit. And until Thursday or Friday, more than likely Friday, I did say good day.